Hey, what's up, guys? Fearless here, bringing you guys another commentary. Gameplay off the bat here we got for you is a league play game from the other day. As you can tell, that guy clearly has not realized that he's going to be respawning for 5 seconds after trying to jump off the map. But anyways, as you can tell, gameplay is Hardpoint Raid. It's a league play game from about, I don't know, like a week or so ago at least. Played this, and yeah, got some good gameplay out of it, some kills, all that fun stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about. I wanted to do a commentary about, I guess you could say, pretty much the impact of Stainville. No pun intended on anything like that, but I guess it works out. It actually works out. Obviously, it's already been well known that Stainville left. That's kind of old, past tense, etc. But I wanted to do pretty much a timeline of all the events that took place within, like, I guess 24 hours, 48 hours, a week, etc. After that, for those of you that don't maybe follow like Esports Nation or just everyone's individual Twitters, or for anyone that pretty much just hasn't already watched another YouTube video about it or doesn't already know. So what started a whole chain of events is obviously Stainville leaving Envy. After Stainville then parted ways with Envy, you had Karma and them, they lost, and then Karma left Impact. Then the first thing that took place, obviously, was Karma joining Envy. So that's pretty much what I've already talked about in the previous video, were those 3 steps. Since then, you pretty much had John left FaZe. Around the same time that John left FaZe, you had Dito and Fizzer, for the time being, they left TVA. They wanted to be like a team of 2, see their options, and I think it wasn't even 24 hours before they went back to TVA. You had Neslo leaving or getting kicked from Prime Example. I believe Revan was the one that didn't want him to go. I don't know too much about that one, but Neslo parted ways with Prime Example. You had Slacked leaving Unite, and then you had Study, Gucci, and Ricky all left Conquer, which is Ego's team. So then Ego became a team of 1. And then after all that, Slack then joined FaZe. And after Slack left Unite and joined FaZe, you had pretty much John running / joining with Impact. But what was funny about all that was that Parasite and them were all streaming, and you pretty much had in the chain of events, after Sharp went to go like eat for VVV, Embos left VVV and in like a matter of 5 minutes changed his gamer tag and then joined Unite. So then Unite picked up Embos, and Unite also picked up Ricky that replaced Realized in the past. That change, I believe, happened prior to all that chain of events, so that kind of really doesn't count towards that. And then after that, you had VVV now needing 1, and then Stainville finally started running with people and pretty much made his team, which is with Methods, Realize, and Heist. And I believe they have like the 5th seed or 4th seed. I don't know what seed they have, but that's because of Methods and Heist. Then you had Revan decided to leave Prime Example. That touches back to the Neslo thing. I guess he didn't like that or whatever. And then you have an organization change where VVV dropped their team, which then was Sharp, Gunjar Theory, and then they picked up Neslo. And then after that, they now joined the new organization, Team Caliber, which is no affiliation to the Caliber Gaming that 4Play's team used to be in the past. It's a completely different thing. It's a K instead of a C. And that's being run by a guy named KS Silencer, which a lot of YouTubers may or may not know. He's big into YouTube. I forgot what other companies he does, but I'm pretty sure he's helps out a lot with Yaush's network. So he does a lot of things like that. And then VVV, I don't know if they've officially confirmed who they were going to pick up as far as their team, but it seems more than likely that Stainville, Methods, Realize, and Heist are going to end up becoming the next VVV. I'm trying to think of what other changes happened, because that's already way more than enough roster changes that should have taken place in the matter of 24, 48 hours, etc., however long they did transpire from. But teams, though, that did not make roster changes since Anaheim, you have Optic Gaming still hasn't changed it, and then Complexity, they haven't changed theirs. Quantic Gaming, I don't believe has changed theirs. Curse, I don't believe has changed theirs. And Fear also has not changed theirs. However, Fear also did not attend Anaheim, though. I think it was like Pac-Man and Wheats, I think both showed up and played with 2 other people. And those rosters, for anyone that doesn't know, assuming they are all the same roster still, of course you have Optic Gaming, which is Scump, Big Timer, Merc, and Nade Shot. You have Complexity, which is Aches, TP, Clayster, and Crimsix. And then you have Curse, which is Complex, Liar, Blindfire, and Twiz. And then Quantic Gaming, which is Censor, Assassin, Vengeance, and Flawless. And Fear should be Moho, Pac-Man, Wheats, and Looney. Again, I don't think those rosters have changed since all of this took place and prior, etc. So I think those are pretty much like the 5 marquee teams that have kept the same roster since Anaheim and didn't really get affected by the whole landslide of roster changes. Outside of all of those, the only other things I wanted to talk about kind of was about including like DLC maps into competitive, and more about like the Decerto rules, combining them, etc. For those that hadn't already found out, going into UMG Atlanta, they are going to use the Decerto rules, which a lot of people want to call those the Gfinity rules. They're not called the Gfinity rules. They are called the Decerto rules. They're pretty much the EU rule set. And we're trying to, well, by we're, I mean like the community, not myself or anybody, but the community's trying to pretty much try and once again combine the Decerto rules with the MLG rules. I don't know how that's going to exactly, transpire or take place, but for example, though, UMG Atlanta, the upcoming event, which is in like 2-3 weeks, is going to use, I believe, the Decerto rule set. I'm not sure if it's going to use it in its entirety or not, but more than the more, I'm trying to think of the wording to say, I would say that's been majority voted that everyone likes the MLG map sets but likes the Decerto rule sets. So I think that's pretty much what we're going to get on our end, is we're going to use the standard MLG maps, and then we're going to use the Decerto rules. But going back towards the map set, though, what we want to try and do is, a lot of people, myself included, want to bring in the DLC maps into competitive. I don't know, what exactly as far as like all the newer maps can and can't be used. The only ones the first 2 that are like the givens or the obvious is Firing Range and Summit, which I don't know, they're called like Studio and whatever the other map's even called, whatever Summit's called now in this game, but they're the remakes obviously of Firing Range and Studio. And I mean, easily they can both be used for CTF, and then Firing Range definitely could be used for search. Summit probably could be used for search as well, but I mean 100% you could add those 2 maps in back for Capture the Flag. Now, whether or not they could be used for Hardpoint is a whole nother level. I have not personally played all of the new maps in Hardpoint, so I don't really know how well those maps could or could not be used. I think though one of the biggest issues would be that if hypothetically like all of the maps did get brought out, if we were to bring in the newer maps into competitive play, you would probably want to get like an implemented MLG map pack. Whether or not that would be something that could be provided as free or not, I doubt it, but I think that it'd be pretty cool, like if Vaughn and Treyarch and them could make like a map pack that would be solely the maps that would be like handpicked by whomever would decide to do so, but solely the maps that would end up being used into competitive play. I think that would be something that would be pretty cool. Right now we got like 40 something seconds left in this game. The only other thing I can think of right off the bat right now, I reached 10,000 followers on Twitter. That's freaking amazing. So thank you seriously to anybody that watches this video that does follow me on Twitter. I really do appreciate that. That's always been like my, I guess you could say, long-term goal for Twitter was to reach 10K followers. I know there's plenty of people that have like 20, 30, 40, 50,000, etc. and above and everything, but I don't know, for me personally, that was a pretty cool goal, and it was what I wanted to get, was around 10,000, so that's cool. And then, I mean, YouTube, I don't even honestly pay attention to how many subs I have. I think I have, I don't even want to take a guess because I'm probably gonna be wrong, but I want to say like 8,500. But you know, it's all irrelevant. But that's gonna wrap up the comm. That's gonna wrap up the gameplay. I need more ideas for the next videos. I kind of really just threw that all together, and I don't think it's gonna sound that great. But hey, gonna do it anyways. Thanks again, everyone, for all the support. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, the gameplay, all that fun stuff. And yeah, take care. Peace. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was just a quick recap of all the roster changes that have taken place in pretty much the last week or so, as well as my opinions of the whole Decerto rule set and the new maps implemented and things like that. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please follow on Twitter. Like the video, all that fun stuff. There's video in the top left, video in the top right. Be sure to watch them if you haven't already, please. Appreciate all the support. Take care. Peace.